Well, there has been some real sort of carnage over the weekend, but I think this is a real bright spot with some heroes that took over as quickly as they possibly could. I'm sure you've heard about this by now. The OC Register here in California reports that a gunman killed one person and wounded 5 others at a Taiwanese luncheon in a Laguna Woods church on Sunday. But they were tackled by churchgoers who hogtied him with extension cords and waited for police to get there. They also managed to shimmy 2 handguns away from him, according to authorities.
I heard about this.
Yeah, 5 wounded, 4 of them critically, range from 66 to 92. The AP reports that the suspect in the shooting was an Asian man in his 60s, now in custody. Motive for the shooting, not known. But investigators don't believe that he lives in the community, but he started shooting, and they, I think, threw a chair at him and then got him hogtied.
Well, you know, the same thing's going on the ground is what was going on in the air with, like, 9/11, which is like, when I was a kid, there was ESP, there was the Devil's Triangle, there was quicksand,
Sure.
and there were hijackings.
Oh.
Hijacking was a big deal. Yeah. They're going to take the plane. We're going to Cuba.
That was the joke ending to the Out-of-Towners. Do you remember that? Like the
original Out-of-Towners.
Yeah, the original.
With the whistle, Jack Lemmon.
The week in New York was so terrible. They got mud. They got blah blah blah. Everything went wrong. At the end, like, oh, we're finally on the plane back to Cleveland or whatever it was, and it's like, oh, well, there's a plane is being rerouted to Beirut or whatever it was, and that was the joke.
Well, kidnappings were big.
They're kidnappings, but there's hijackings, and the whole thing was nobody's going to get hurt. We're going to Cuba. Just relax.
Rerouting.
Short flight.
Rerouting. And they used to be that way with, like, hostages and things like that.
It used to be give me your money and nobody gets hurt.
Everyone's just showing up shooting.
Right.
So
there's no money.
The plan is there's no compliance. You have to throw a chair at everybody.
Right.
Yeah.
That's just rude. Speaking of kidnapping, though, on my podcast, I just had Lou Adler on last week.
Lou Adler.
Adler.
The music guy,
and
right?
he did Rocky Horror, he did Cheech and Chong.
I mean, he's got to be 80, right?
Yeah, I get older guests. 86, but he was kidnapped.
What?
Yeah,
Well,
I did my research. He was kidnapped, and I get kidnapped sometimes by ladies in leather,
Right.
but he had a real one by Hungarians.
Really?
Yeah, and he said there was a list of people who were going to get kidnapped, and I go, but you were the first one? I was the first one. I'm like, you're an A-lister, Lou. And he goes, no, it was alphabetical. Warren Beatty was number 2.
Wow. 88 years of age,
Damn.
kidnapped in 76 from his Malibu home. Now,
Those are the kind of guests I have.
you know
Mostly
who Lou Adler
geriatrics.
is?
No.
All right.
Yeah, I know the name, of course.
See a
My
Lakers
hero.
game, the guy sitting next to Jack. You know, it was always
With the bucket hat?
that guy who had the hat with the gray beard, whatever. That was Lou Adler. Whenever you saw Jack Nicholson sit in front row at a Lakers game, and you're like, "Who's that dude with him?" That's
him.
That's Lou.
What is
that's
fame?
Lou
It was a
Adler.
dream. Yeah, it was a dream come true, really, for me, because I'm a Rocky Horror person. I have a Rocky Horror tattoo.
Right.
Oh,
And
sweet.
I got to-
Does it say don't dream it, be it?
Don't dream it, be it.
Yeah.
And wow,
I'm sorry, what's Lou famous for besides Lakers?
Rocky Horror. He produced Rocky Horror.
He's a big
Cheech and
producer.
Chong, Up in Smoke. He co-wrote "Don't Know Much About History"
Sam
with
Cooke.
Sam Cooke.
Okay.
He did
Yeah.
apparently Jan and Dean, Mamas and Papas, Carole King, all of
Yeah,
really
he was a
produced.
big record producer guy.
Am I insane? Which probably. Or at one point, did we have him on Zoom talking about a music festival?
I have had meetings with Lou Adler before regarding
I remember
He did the
many
Monterey
years-
Monterey
Jazz
Pops.
Festival. Yeah, with the Who and Jimi Hendrix.
Oh.
We've
Monterey.
we've definitely talked to him about this.
I cannot figure it out because I've had meetings with him here about documentaries and stuff.
Because this sounds
like
very
that.
familiar.
But first off, he's hanging out. He's going to see Winning Time with Jack, right? And again, greatest time in this nation's history, pre-AIDS, mid-Coke. No AIDS, Coke's good for you.
The biggest house in Malibu.
And no fucking ring doorbells. And no bitches with the camera in their
Right.
phone. Like,
No camera
imagine
phones.
the fucking debauchery those two were up to.
Well,
And
there was
he's-
also Roman Polanski. That was
Right, but he's not even the face guy. Because Jack is recognizable, and some chick is going to try to extort money or whatever. He's just Jack's friend who's balls deep in everything Jack's into.
What a cool... It was.
Oh, my God.
How awesome, though.
Awesome.
My podcast with punk rockers. I get Lou Adler.
Nice.
That's badass.
Kidnapped in 76, along with his assistant.
His assistant didn't make it.
Oh, really?
No, I don't know. I just made that up.
This is just like a
I'm
random...
going for the drama.
This is like a random ransom situation?
Yeah.
Wow.
Just went to his house,
Just as a
Back
rich
then.
guy? He's just rich Malibu guy.
Yeah, Hungarians,
Hungarians.
You know how they roll.
Not just paprika growers.
No.
Paprikash.
Yeah, my grandfather was Hungarian.
That's
He was the
pretty
Jew.
cool.
He'd be gone for a week at a time.
I didn't know
Actually,
about this.
Because of your punk rock soul, I feel like he would be familiar with the movie that your grandfather wrote.
Oh, the mole people?
Are you familiar with the Mole People?
No, but it's funny. In the NoFX book, mole people I think the whole world is run by mole people.
Well, then you'd love the movie.
I could find the
Kind of like
poster.
those football games, remember the magnetic ones?
Yeah.
Where you make people move. I kind of...
He was...
That was like that
someone,
terrible...
there's something in control of some things.
Lou Adler was held for 8 hours. It was released after they got $25K.
Ooh, $25K.
Suspects, $1976.
That was like $35K back then.
They're arrested. Deputies recovered $15K of the money. My question is, why the assistant too? I think that could have been Lou going, you're coming with me. Like if I have an assistant, if I was being kidnapped, I'd be like, you got to get in the back of the trunk with me because we got work to do. Like
We're still on a schedule.
Yeah, 'cause-
we got 8 hours to ourselves.
the assistant has no street value.
Right.
It's Lou Adler. Why do you?
You
That's
want
just
some company?
one more
you
guy
want
to
discuss
feed.
things, strategy?
I think you take your assistant with you if you get kidnapped.
To work.
Well, wherever you're going.
Yeah.
It's a
No,
form-
if you get kidnapped.
Yeah, but I mean,
Bring
for
somebody
work.
with you.
Oh, to get
Yeah.
you gotta get stuff done.
Yeah.
He's a mover and a shaker, Lou Adler. Yeah.
That's why he's a millionaire today.
Lou Adler, I believe I was talking to about the Paul Newman doc because I think he's on the board of the foundation of the
Probably he got roped in
Kids
like you did to the
Gang or
marijuana
whatever
thing.
it is. Yeah, has something to do. He's
I
probably
see.
on 100 boards.
I
right?
see.
Right.
Do we have time for one more? Should we do one more?
News?
Yeah.
Lou
yeah.
produced the horrible Cheech and Chong bit.
No, the first one was good.
Up in smoke?
Hold on, earache my eye. That's the least funny. People don't realize how unfunny Cheech and Chong actually are until you actually talk to both of them individually. Super unfunny.
I have a picture with them on the morning show where Cheech is looking at the camera and Chong is licking my hair.
Really?
Yeah.
That's their kind of humor.
Yeah.
I didn't know Chong was Asian.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how.
I didn't know either one of them were ethnic.
Canadian Asian.
I'd rather hear Dirty Laundry.
I took Spanish in high school and got a B.
Oh, really?
That's a good line. No,
Oh, not that. Sorry.
I know what we could put up, but this is Chong's licking my
he's
hair.
licking your hair.
Yeah. He's really into it.
Tommy Chong did the audiobook for the NoFX book.
Oh, really?
He played
Amazing.
He played one of us. Yeah.
Wow.
Jello Biafra and Tommy Chong.
Wow.
All right.
I know, that's weird, right?
It is. It's
Very.
random.
That was
the
random. That
Jello seems from the dead No, it's
Dead Kennedys.
Dead Kennedys. That's right. Jello. Yeah.
But Tommy Chong, it's so random.
Yes, very.
Yes, that's
He was
random.
cheap.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was doing voiceovers for cheap.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah. Speaking of pot being bad for kids or good for you, whatever. I mean, he spent time in prison.
For selling bongs.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yes,
Yeah,
I agree
that's
with
not
that.
fair.
Sorry.
All right. Some hot Marc Anthony news.
Ugh.
He and a former Miss Universe contestant are engaged. He's 53. Nadia Ferrer, she's 23. They announced their engagement at a party in Miami. There's the lovely couple. This is Marc's fourth engagement. So previous 3 ended in marriage, 1 obviously divorce. In addition to J-Lo, Marc's also been married to Miss Universe 1993 and actress Shannon De Lima.
Jesus.
Marc's
Like he's falling off.
He's got 6 kids from his previous relationship, and she's quite the catch, this little lady.
Really? That's a catch? A 23-year-old?
Yeah, that's what he's into.
That's throwing back.
Oh, yeah, throw him back.
What, don't you want to be with a
Not right.
woman that you can talk to at night? Talk about Gilligan's Island or Gilligan's Island or All in the Family or something.
Mark probably has people
I
for
would
that.
still talk about it. Don't get me wrong.
I would just talk about the Love Boat to a 13-year-old. I didn't care. Not that I was having sex with the 13-year-old.
I feel
That
guilty
implication,
for
yeah.
being with a 40-year-old right now.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Well,
I'm 55. Like 15 years. That's is that
Robert.
okay?
well, here's a curious question for everyone.
Let's hear it.
I have probably an unnatural hatred for Marc Anthony.
Do tell.
I don't even know who he is.
There's always the people you kind of like
He used
or
to be
that kind of
Mr.
rub you
J-Lo.
the wrong way. He did a move. First off, his song's a piece of shit, and people think it's a good song. It's a stupid Latin.
has a song?
Yes.
He has
Is he the Macarena guy?
Had a big hit.
Hey,
Around that
Macarena.
time.
It's I Need to Know, and
Oh, yeah.
everyone. And,
Tell me, baby girl,
okay, I don't
'cause
like
I
any.
need to
Any.
know.
I don't like any first person where they go. I see you watching me. I know you want me. You want to touch me, but you can't have us. Shut up, you fucking douche.
You could do this for a living.
I
You're
could do
good.
this,
You're
right?
good.
He's talking about the girls wanting him
Right.
and desiring him. Now, so there's that.
He's trying to speak it into existence.
There's also, he looks like a fucking wet rat and he's a midget and we turn him as like a Latin crooner, you know. Not everyone is from fucking a part of Mexico and sells a record is good looking. You can't have them all. They're not all good looking.
Yeah, that's yeah.
We don't do that.
He's Buscemi-esque.
We admit
Yes,
Christopher
I was just going to say that.
Got a
Yeah.
bug on.
Christopher-
Johnny Depp and Steve Buscemi.
Yes.
Christopher Cross is ugly. He's white and he sings, but I can admit that.
I don't host him on
Christopher Cross. Is that where we're going now?
I'm just saying
Really,
he's
two hit songs that were both terrible.
He's not attractive.
Both about sailing?
I'm saying you
Yeah,
don't.
are they both
least
about
one
sailing?
of them, yeah.
He's no once he made a run for Mexico.
Oh.
He's
Ride Like the Wind.
Ride like the
Right,
wind.
gotcha.
He does this.
damn it.
It's this big horn bass. Tell me, little girl, 'cause I need
He
to
was
know.
the biggest beneficiary of that whole Latin craze, Ricky Martin and Ricky Iglesias.
Hey, Macarena.
He
Yeah,
sucks.
the
Vega Boys.
That song. Let me hear part of that song. It fucking makes me angry. But anyway, then he did the one move that I don't like, and you know, whatever's going on in the Johnny Depp trial, that's between consenting adults. The guy with the haircut, you know that guy.
Yeah,
That's
there.
very Simpsons reference.
My supposition is, in theory, is this, which is people think we want to out people or we have some sort of obsession. We as human beings are wired to, when we think something and it's denied, it drives us nuts. That's why women go nuts when they go,
Correct.
I thought he was cheating on me for 3 years, but he swore up and down. Then they go nuts when they find out. It's like, I
Right.
knew it. I know. You must with your,
Yes.
you fucked with their ESP.
Yes.
The only thing we really have is our intuition,
gut,
and
yeah.
you fucked with it.
Don't fuck with our
when we go,
intuition.
I know that guy's gay, and he's like, here he is on the red carpet with his new girlfriend. We're like, oh, I know it. And then when you tell us, we go, whew. Okay, moving on. We don't care anymore.
Yeah.
It's that we think you're this and you won't say it and it drives us nuts.
It's hard.
absolutely.
It's hard for
That's where-
entertainers to come out.
That's where the obsession
yeah.
comes in.
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
Like, everybody thinks I'm gay or bi or something. Like I'm like, no, I like to wear women's clothes, and I'm kinky.
It's
Right.
like a little cock,
I like
but
the,
that doesn't.
no, I like the cocks that are rubber. You know,
Pegging.
attached to a chick. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the real ones, ugh, I
Well,
don't want that.
that's what Dan Savage has said from, Dan Savage, sex writer. If the guy says, like, I really like when my girlfriend pegs me, does that make me gay? And he goes, well, here's how you know. If you like when your girlfriend does it, you're straight. If you want Tom Cruise to do it, you might be gay.
Oh,
So
or,
it just-
or weird. If you want
yeah.
Tom Cruise to do it.
Yeah, if that's your thing. your
Time-lived
proclivity.
examples. We get
Right.
the idea.
I go the other way. Because first off, I'm watching the shit out of the trailers for Top Gun.
Oh,
Top
we
Gun,
watched
still.
Top Gun last night, the original.
There's going to be a major, major course correction in terms of movies celebrated on my fucking birthday. Because it has been 14 years since the commercial for Sex and the City 2 came out. Sneak preview, May 27th. And I said, oh, we know how we're celebrating my birthday in jest. In jest. And the next thing you know, huge party at the movie theater celebrating my birthday.
Right.
Sex and the City. Well, May 27th is coming up again, and I'm going to correct course because I'm going to watch the shit out of this movie. So when it comes to getting pegged, yes, I would let Tom Cruise do that. As a matter of fact, I would. Bend me right over an F-16 and peg away.
If it's a guy, it's not pegging, right?
No, that's correct. That's just That's just doing.
I'm going to
fucking-
call it pegging
Okay.
so that my dad understands.
Okay. As long as that fucking the male G-spot gets hit. As long as the prostate gets hit.
Oh, I was gonna
Top
say,
Gun right now sitting at 97% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Laying with the boys.
I wouldn't care if it was minus 18.
Still talk
I would
about the
fucking
goose because
still say
that
That's
really
hard.
upsets
That
me.
hurts.
It
Goose's
hurts.
son is
And there was
coming
a
back.
goose in Mad Max too. He went down too.
I don't remember that.
Well, not the Road Warrior.
Oh, okay.
The original.
We've addressed the fact that they were playing volleyball in their jeans on the beach, right?
I think.
Okay, because it needs to be brought up.
Yeah.
That's not how you
fucking
go to the
hot.
beach at all. I mean, it's fucking sexy as shit. But
I think it was kind of impromptu, was it? Brian, you're our gay historian.
That's true. I will say this.
How's the museum coming?
I will say this.
Oh, we already have Liberace's museum, right?
Is there a gay museum?
I went
It's
to,
Liberace's museum.
come on.
It's both.
I went to see Doctor Strange, and before they had not a trailer because I've seen the Maverick trailer. Like here's footage. Like they announced it. It was like, here's footage from the upcoming movie, Top Gun Maverick. It was 5 minutes straight of like
Volleyball?
aerial dogfighting and shit because they're leading hard in the dogfighting.
Yes.
That's all people care about.
So there's a new movie.
Yeah.
It is the dialogue. They look spectacular. They look magnificent. The dialogue was cringy to the level that I thought an enemy of Tom Cruise had put it together.
Really?
like,
It
do they
was-
say they're gaining on us?
It was a lot of like, "Hey, y'all ready for this kind of stuff." The aerial footage, magnificent. The
Yeah.
dialogue,
Hasta la
immense.
vista.
Yeah.
Kind of stuff.
At the end of the original, he says he wants to be a flight instructor. Is he a teacher? Is he an instructor in this new one?
Apparently, he's brought in by the higher ups to train them in dogfighting.
But are they saying, like, was it the dialogue like turn and burn and I feel the need for speed? Is it that kind of bad
It
dialogue?
wasn't as cool 80s as that. It was.
Oh.
No, I'm afraid not. It was more like, he's on your tail. I don't see him. He's right there. I don't see him. It was very expository.
You're making me feel bad about the goose again. I just,
Yeah.
By the way,
goose.
if there are
Rest in
any
peace.
words that you believe you possess that could get me not to watch this movie, Brian, I'm going to just stop you right
no.
now.
Have you had Tom Cruise on the show?
Oh, many times.
Oh, he's a
Lou
regular.
Ann.
I already have my
I mean,
ticket.
he did make some good movies. He's a good actor.
we
He
also
was.
watched Eyes Wide Shut the other
Oh,
night.
yeah.
I already have my ticket. I'm in.
Oh.
I'm going to see the show.
And
Okay.
there's no Kelly McGillis and there's no Meg Ryan.
Oh, okay.
If that does anything for you or against you, I don't know.
Don't need it?
Okay.
All right, let's bring it home.
You
shall
got it. I'm Gina Grad, and that's the news.
Oh, you're going to get to come later. You're going to get to come later. You're not getting to come tonight. No.
That was the news with Gina
That's a
Grad.
soundbite right there.
Does anyone ever do that to you? They promise you you're going to have the best orgasm of your life, and then they tell you that you got to go to bed.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's part of it.
That's
Yeah.
part of it.
It's out of the playbook.
10%, but it's good.
10%.
It's like, oh.
It's 10%.
But you're horny all night.
Is there any beating off at that point?
You'd get in trouble for that.
Yeah. But, I mean, I get to, just go to go to the dungeon, jerk off, have a good time. See,
Oh,
see you in a couple
okay. You
hours.
get to jerk off in the
Yeah, it's not
dungeon.
like, it's not our lives.
Right.
It's, you know, when we play, we play.
Yeah. Plays to win.
Okay.
It's good time. It's good times.
You should give Adam a tour of the dungeon. I'd like to see that.
Yeah. I'd like to see
It's a
that.
really
I'm sure it's state of the art.
very pleasant.
Oh, yeah.
How many square feet are we talking about?
Unbelievably, I have 2 acres in Sherman Oaks.
Wow. That's acreage.
That's all of Sherman Oaks.
Yeah.
We should have brought this up. Check
You-
this out.
We're still
You need a
recording.
new. Yeah. Put your headphones on.
Show's
man.
still on.
Are we still on?
Yeah, we're still on.
Oh my God!
That's all right.
Jesus Christ! I just
How long
You're
have you had
building
this
a new
house?
dungeon? You got a new dungeon?
no.
Oh, okay.
We moved it, but we're still on. For fuck's sake! I sounded
When did you
That's
buy?
all
I
right.
sounded like a jerk.
No,
when I
you
no,
said,
you
"Oh,
didn't.
two
You got it. You
acres."
got 2
When
acres?
I
did you
thought we were
buy?
done.
When did you buy this house?
Like 4 years ago. Look at this.
The Punk Rock Museum is opening in September, my
Look
screen
at
says.
this. This is what we do at my house.
Oh, you're being pulled around on a cart in a
Oh,
horsey
shot.
outfit?
Pony races.
Are you in the cart or pulling the cart?
I'm
Neither.
just
He's
filming.
filming.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't.
It's
I-
like
I'm sorry.
Ben-Hur, but
Excuse
hot.
me. Can I tell you this?
All right.
That's living. You can wager too.
Wow.
You got to have acreage for that. Look, so what we're
That's fucking
And
crazy.
that's a grandmother that's pulling too.
we
you guys are just can't
many
stop looking at
many
this.
years ago on Love Line.
Is that a public tennis court, Nick?
No, it's my tip.
Oh.
we had Many years ago on Loveline, we had a dominatrix come in, and she was giving us a whole spiel about the whole segment of this group that liked the horse cart.
Pony play.
Is it pony play?
Pony play.
And she said they had a whole place down by LAX. And
Yes, Sanctuary.
is it called Sanctuary?
But they don't do pony play there. It's just it's a dungeon.
Wow.
Well, I know the one woman rolled her ankle and they had to shoot her right there.
You heard about that?
Yeah, well, they say it's the rains.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's been in Santa Anita and down at the airport. Yeah,
They're
but
still investigating.
But the point is, it was a whole thing with the bit in the mouth, and they get what do they call that kind of racing? They don't do it out
Chariot.
here. No,
Harness.
not harness racing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they do. It's an East Coast thing.
Oh
They
yeah,
do
when
it
the
out.
horse is pulling a mini
Right.
cart.
That's
Yeah.
what we do here.
By the way, can I say this? Just jockey to jockey, like from one jockey to the next jockey. The jockey that's on the horse, you know what I mean? It's got the mini saddle. They're lean forward. They got the crop. You know, they're banging up against the horse next to them. They're going nuts. When that jockey sees the jockey from the harness, the guy just sits in the fucking surrey with the fringe on top. You know, just like sitting there. Like, it's like he's got to look down
Yeah,
on him,
literally.
right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're
Yeah.
not respected.
They cannot be
Shoemaker,
respected.
no. Pink eye.
So it's a whole thing where you put the bit and you do the harness.
And like a big feathery plume.
yeah.
Yeah, I've done that. It's not really my thing. You know,
Not your thing?
I try everything.
You want to be in the cart or you want to be the horse?
Well, I was the pony.
You were the pony.
I've done both, but not really my thing. It's just
Yeah.
kind of fun.
Is the tail like also a butt plug?
Oh well,
I'm gonna take that.
that's a little personal. I think
Sorry, have
on,
I
Gina.
crossed the line?
Mind your
for
P's
some
and Q's.
people, you know.
Okay.
All right, did we bring it home?
We
did.
did.
All right, Huntington Beach Sea Legs. It's almost sold out. I think it's coming up this Friday. We're doing the live pod there. Denver doing a TOS con, and that'll be June 23rd, and I'll be speaking there. And then what we're going to do is we'll go to Denver, Colorado, and we'll do the Comedy Works South, I believe it is, although we don't have it up there. But isn't it Comedy Works South, I think?
June 24th and 25th?
Yeah.
Yeah, just go to the Comedy Works website, but it'll be at the Comedy Works South venue.
Oh, okay. All right. So just go to amcroll.com for all the stuff you need. Fat Mike, the podcast, Fat Mike's Fat Mike, is available wherever you listen to finer podcasts. And until next time, Sam Crow for Gina Grad and Bo Bryan and Fat Mike saying mahalo. All right. Well, find me a
Let's go
second
down
of
the
dirty
Eagles
laundry
rabbit hole.
just to
Let's
make
do
me angry. But anyway,
You want to talk about the Grateful Dead? I'll fucking thrash this place.
You won't be alone.
Good or
There'll be a
bad?
few table flippers.
Well, they're the worst band of all time.
oh, okay, bad. Yeah.
What did the Deadhead say when he got out of rehab? What's this shit I've been listening to? It's just how it is.
It's good.